When Dad had an amputation in England, then they told him that he was to come back to the Army hospital in the United States, and he would be rehabilitated there. So during that time, he was to get his prosthesis. So he's at the Army hospital, and he's an officer, so he has a room all to himself. He's a lieutenant. And he was getting depressed. He's in the room day after day, there's nothing to do. So he found out that there was a long waiting line ahead of him before he could get his prosthesis, because the limb shop was so backed up. So he asked if he could possibly work there. So, because he said, I'm an engineer, I'm good with my hands, I could help out. So my mom had gone to visit him. She was pregnant, pretty pregnant at that point. But so she went to visit him at the Army hospital. So he takes her to the limb shop, which is closed at this point, and said, I want you to see what it's like in there. So he got a ladder and pulled the ladder up and made her climb up the ladder and look in the transom window at the top, and said, now tell me what you see, because I don't know if he'd even seen it at that point. So she's saying, oh, well, there's a hand there and a leg there and a foot there. She's telling him all of this. So he was starting to get excited about it even then. And so he's helping. So then he started working every day, and just about all day he would work. And he's helping this prosthetist make these legs. And the prosthetist saw that he was very helpful. And he said, gee, you could really help me a lot more if you had your leg made. And he said, can we go ahead and make your leg? So Dad says, sure, that'd be great. So they made the leg, and he was learning a lot, more and more. So he's helping more and more, and he's doing a good job. In fact, he had a little more time because he wasn't so rushed. So he would round the edges and smooth things out and try to get everything just right for the amputee. So the word got out that his legs were more comfortable than others, and the officers would ask specifically if Dad could make their leg. And it got to the point that the doctor said, would you, Paul, whatever they called him, Paul Limecooler, would you make rounds with me, because I want you to see some of the patients. So on one of the rounds, he saw a patient who had not had his leg made there. It was somewhere else, but he was very uncomfortable. And the doctor said to my dad, what do you think the problem is? And he says, well, I think that the leg wasn't made right. See, the residual limb is here, and the way the leg is made, it's over here. You look at his sound leg, and they should match. So the doctor said, do you think you could fix it? And he says, yeah, I think I can. This leg was riveted together. So Dad took the rivets out and made it the way he thought it should be made, and the guy was much more comfortable. So by that time, my dad was pretty much hooked on prosthetics.